What is up, guys, and welcome back. Doing another voiceover. So I'm also currently doing some cardio as I do this voiceover, so I apologize if you hear some stuff in the background. But starting this workout off with some katana tricep extensions. I like this exercise because it's training the triceps unilaterally, and I have pretty uneven triceps. One arm, the right arm is much stronger than the other, so really like this movement just to try and even out those triceps, really pushing that last rep as well, and I just didn't get it, unfortunately, which really sucks. But then we're going to be alternating that with 4 sets on the cable bicep curl. Now, again, you know why I like the cable bicep curl or cable Bayesian curl. It's because we get maximum stretch and tension on the biceps in that stretch position, and it also just feels really good. And I know my shoulder kind of looks uneven on this one, like my left arm or whatever, like it likes to go back slower than my right. I don't really know why that is. Like, I try and control the eccentric on both the same speed, but my left arm just goes back slower. Don't know why, but that we're going to do that. Freaking love this exercise, and I really like the vertical bench for it. So 4 sets of that, all taken to failure. And then easy bar overhead extensions. Kind of another thing here, I got, again, uneven triceps or whatever, so the bar is like leaning more towards one side. So don't really know why that is. I think it's because like one shoulder's a little higher than the other as well. So, but overall, I think this is a great exercise. I really like doing it seated as it takes a lot of axial loading off my spine. Love overhead extensions with an easy bar, but I hate doing it standing. So got them seated here. And I always add change plates to the side so I can progressive overload on that as well. And then 3 sets, dumbbell preacher curl. Biceps, if you didn't know, very weak muscle group for me. I got a really short bicep, so it makes it very difficult for my arm to look nice and full. So I really want to prioritize these stretched bicep movements to try and get, my biceps as big as possible. As you know, I got my show coming up. Energy levels are in the tank, but I'm still really trying to push hard for you guys. And I actually have a culminating for religion for my summer school right now. So I'm working freaking hard, man. I'm doing cardio as I'm doing this. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but it's a little bit more shot than normal because of that. But there's the preacher curls. And then we got 2 sets of press downs. So I like prioritizing overhead extensions over press downs to get that long head more engaged. But press downs, also a great variation, really leaning over the bar to get the leverage advantage, to take my front delt out of the movement. Freaking love press downs. I couldn't really be bothered to do Janicki press downs and wheeling a bench, so I just did them regular today. I don't got energy for that, man. Like, holy shit. It's way, way too tiring. Honestly, like when I'm this far into dieting. And then I got 1 set of preacher hammer curls, and you may know I made a video where I said hammer curls are stupid, and for the most part I think they are, but for me, because my arm is a really big weakness, I think it's okay to throw it in there just to get a thicker forearm, brachialis, whatever. I just need bigger arms, so I just threw 1 set in there, do it on the preacher bench so I can get more tension at the bottom. But not a terrible exercise, but again, for most people, I don't think it's really necessary. And shoulders, another one of my big weaknesses. I call this the weakness workout because arms, shoulders, and calves are my worst body parts. So I'm doing 5 sets of machine lateral raises. I freaking love the machine. It's very stable. I like it more than dumbbells because it gives a little bit more tension at the bottom, which I really like. So it feels really good, really smooth. 5 sets of that. Really focusing on smashing that side delt to give me some more width, which I definitely need more of. And then obviously I do the long length partials at the end there. Always on lateral raises, always doing lots and lots of long length partials because it's one of the movements where it's harder at the top than at the bottom. And then 8 sets of standing calf raises, and you're probably like, holy shit, 8 sets, that's ridiculous for calves, but you know what? It's a big weakness for me. I'm trying to bring them up, so 8 sets, all long length partial reps on the standing calf raise. That's going to really light up the calves, and even after that, I can press up on the handles and do forced reps, so really like the belt squat for that. And 4 sets of cable crossover reverse flies. I like doing them seated. Again, I just find it's a lot more stable, so I like doing it. I also do it on the free motion machine, so I set the cables nice and wide, and then I sweep across my body. And you're probably like, why don't you cross your hands over to get a bigger stretch? Well, that actually kind of hurts my shoulder, so I don't really do it. Yeah, it's probably a little bit better, but normal cable crossover reverse flies are still freaking goated for the rear delts, so I like to include them there. And then after that, you're going to do 3 sets of dumbbell shoulder press. Now, this is actually one of the exercises that I have actually gotten quite a bit weaker on since I've started cutting. Most exercises anyway, I've been able to maintain the same weights I'm using or even get a little bit stronger on, but for whatever reason, the dumbbell shoulder press, nah. I've lost quite a bit of strength. I'm only pressing up the 35s, but hey, what do I expect? I'm quite a bit lighter now than I was before, and because I lost so much strength there, I actually like to throw in 2 sets of easy bar front raises just so I can give the front delts a little more work because I've lost so much strength on my overhead press, so doing that as well. And I know I'm just using the bar, but don't let this deceive you. It's actually very hard. It's only 30 pounds, but I only got 9 reps using a slow negative. It is actually very hard. I would recommend it for the front delts if that's a weakness for you, which it definitely is for me. But that's pretty much the workout, guys. So 1 week, 5 days out today, and yeah, I'll see you on show day. Can't wait.